What's going on, good people?
Yo, yo, yo.
Seth the DaChop, how you doing, my brother?
Oh, man, I am enjoying today.
What's today?
Today is Sunday, Sunday. But compared to the weather-wise,
Oh,
yo, this is an awesome spring day.
yes, because yesterday here in Atlanta, Georgia, or ATL, Georgia period, it was cold.
Yes,
I had the heat on.
uncomfortably cold.
Like, I woke up wearing shorts, put on PJs, then had to put on sweats because it was cold.
Mm-hmm.
Or from a T-shirt to a pullover hoodie.
Exactly.
I was bundled up, and I had the slippers on. Usually I wear slides. So, yeah, it was chilly yesterday. But one thing about Atlanta, you'll get one day winter, next day summer, spring, whatever. Today I got spring-ish going because it's like 75 today.
Almost heading towards summerish.
Yeah, it's high 73 today, and right now it's 72.
Mm-hmm. And it's a very, very nice, warm 72.
I even went outside and cut the grass today, hopped on the lawnmower and everything. You know what I mean? The ride no more 'cause I got some land out here, so we ain't pushing around here. So got a nice little cut, ate some food, nice shower, and now we about to chop it up.
Yep, good way to end the day.
Best way to end the day, or at least midday. Ladies and gentlemen, today on the show, as you see, the topic is social media roulette episode 2. Yes, we won't have series of the social media roulette because there's just, when you open your phone up, there's just so many things out there to see what's going on and things to chop up. Mm-hmm. So for people out there in the world, you may not even watch the show, but I want to say thank you because your content give us our content that we can chop it up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, because honestly, sometimes I can't even understand people say they can't come up with topic and content. Like, yo, just look. Give it 5 seconds and something to throw itself at you. Oh, that reminds me. Did you see the stripper auditions at the club? They had like a line. It was like 100 or more ladies in line trying to get a job at a strip club.
What, here in Atlanta? Or just period somewhere?
It didn't say what city. But it was black chicks, white chicks, Hispanic chicks. In a line. I mean, when I tell you a line, brother, 100, 150, 200 girls waiting to try out to be a stripper.
Really?
Yes. I saw it, once again, social media. And I looked at it and I just shook my head and kept moving.
So, hold on. So, these ladies were lined up to do a job to be a stripper, but they was
fine.
They was applying for the position. I gotta look this up because
bruh, if I find it, I'll
was
send
somebody
it to you.
was somebody? Was there like next week or something? There's a event going on.
No, you just
hold on. The All-Star was passed already. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, all right.
Well, you know what? I mean, let's be honest. The reason I brought it up because these are the women that we supposed to choose from. Not we as my old self, because I ain't messing with stripper age women too much. But think about it. These young ladies, they're not lining up to go to college or lining up to go to trade school or lining up for something at the church. They're lining up to sell their bodies for money.
Wow.
That's the reason I brought that up. That's the world that we in right now. All this other higher thought pattern, bruh. It was a line outside of a strip joint, and it ain't about the sisters. It ain't about my black sisters. Black girls, Hispanic girls, and white girls. All of them were looking for an opportunity to make some money without actually working, without getting a job.
I get it. That is a job, but it's not the job that you, as a little kid, what you want to do when you grow up? I want to be a stripper. That's not one of the options. The teacher, you think about it, like they have basic things lined up. Mm-hmm. Stripper is not one of the things someone said. They're like, I want to be a stripper when I grow up. And there's nothing wrong with if they want to do stripping, right? Nothing wrong with that. But the fact is that there was a job opening and there's a line around the building for people to apply for this position. You would think the job was like, for an acting gig or something like that, or
casting call
for being in a movie or something. Like all these women lined up, but you tell me to line up just so they can sell their body? That's tough,
bruh.
That's tough.
Once again, and the reason, and I didn't even save it because I've seen so much of it. It didn't even hit my consciousness that what the F. My thought was I shook my head because my son, these are women my son got to deal with. I just shook my head. I was like, Lord have mercy. He gonna bring home some girl talking about, Dad, I gotta. She's a professional and she dances. She used to dance as a youth and for a nice company. I'm like, they don't really have dancers anymore. I mean, they don't have you dancing for like the Alvin Ailey art show anymore, bruh. She probably danced for Magic City. So
that's what I was thinking. You said stripper. I'm like, so were they down here in Atlanta at the Magic? You know what I'm saying? Is somebody coming in town? Is there a concert or something going on? I just know about.
Bruh, once again, this is social media roulette. We just chopping it up. But straight up, once again, these young ladies need jobs. They need a job. But they weren't lined up to do what a dude would do. Maybe I'll stack grocery and reload shelves at Walmart or Kroger or Publix or any retail store. Nah, they weren't lined up for that job. Maybe they were trying to be teachers. Nah, they weren't lined up for that job. They don't want that job. Heck, maybe they should go to school and get a job in IT. Nah, they weren't lined up for that one. Oh, but something twerking on a pole where they got to walk around half naked so dudes will throw money at them. Line around the corner. Message.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Also, I want to say, also before we jump into the episode as well, I want to have a moment of silence here for Mr. Dwayne Haskins Jr. He was working out in Miami, Florida. He was a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback working out, and he got hit by a vehicle, lost his life.
I take my shades off for a moment of silence.
It's a moment for silence. All right. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, regardless he played for the Steelers or anybody, he was just a young man, 24 years old. He would have been 25. That's yesterday.
Yeah.
He would have been 25 yesterday. And just to lose your life like that is sad. And I want to say condolences to his family and his friends, loved ones who knew him personally. But on that note, we're moving forward. Salute to give a moment of silence. That's one thing we're going to do on our platform. We're going to give people their flowers, dead or alive. But, yeah, R.I.P. to him and his family. But anyway, back on this topic real quick. So,
should we give Will Smith a moment of silence for his fallen manhood?
I ain't give him nothing. I just see one thing. See, trigger. See, here's the problem I have. Trigger. Here's the problem I have. As a man, as a man, we all know this. As a man, we have to be held accountable for our actions.
Yes.
We don't have the grace of anyone else to do certain things and it get brushed under the table. Like, okay, it was okay. He had a moment. No. Choices and decision. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he took that decision to be physical or whatever case may be, now he can't be at no awards, the Oscar awards, whatever award was, for the next 10 years.
Which, oh my God, how much punishment can I take? All right, go ahead.
Right, he still kept his trophy and stuff, but
and he can still win trophies. He just can't come.
He can't come. Okay, but anywho, regardless, but he is losing some money, on current productions. There's some movies being broadcast or about to happen. Now they're on pause for the time period. So just on your action alone, you're taking money out of other people's mouth, right? Yes. You may be good. You're Will Smith. You're the multimillionaire. You know what I'm saying? You're good. But the thing is this, the people that was going to be in the movies, the extras, the whatever, the co-stars, the young stars, the new stars, they're impacted now by your decision, your selfish decision, because you made a selfish decision. So when people say, well, let's not cancel him, no. It's not about canceling him. It's about accountability for your actions. Mm-hmm. I know right now, if I would go and slap Seth the Dachop right now, this show would be a MMA match right now. It'd be all over. My crib would be all tore up and out here and everything.
It might even be fun. Like, yo, I've been meaning to try this move out.
But I'm not going to do that because there's no need to do that. As man, if we have a disagreement, we're going to talk about it, right? Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter how far we're going to talk about it. But we know as far as men to men, there's a low level of consequences if you say certain things to a man. So we ain't going to cross those things unless we're really going to take it there. Like, hey, man, pause. We go outside, backyard, got a lot of space out there.
Exactly.
I mean, give you the fair one.
Or we could go into a Morbius theater, movie theater, because it's empty. Go ahead. Yo.
But yes, no. Will Smith would get no moment of silence, nothing like that. he need to find help. That's number one. He needs to find help. So I'm gonna be all jokes aside. He needs to find help personally, himself, by himself. This is not a couples retreat. This is a Will Smith man to man. You need to go somewhere and find yourself.
Yep.
Find yourself, because apparently ever since you met Jada, you have not been yourself.
And
point blank period. So you need like really go and find yourself. I mean, technically his second marriage, his first marriage didn't work out neither because she cheated on him and he was still.
Wait. The way I heard it, the bad part is the way I heard it. He left his first wife for Jada.
Oh shit. Well, but I think she cheated on him too though.
Still,
so what I'm saying, at the end of the day, he needs to go somewhere and find himself. Point blank period. Find yourself, become who you are. I mean, you worked hard to become who you are, but you still like an empty shell.
Yeah.
Because outside, we see you as Mike Lowry, but inside, you some little...
You Norbit.
There we go. That's a nice way to say it, Norbit.
Yo, I want to add something to
Go ahead.
This is to that point. So I was talking to a friend, and I had to enlighten her to how bad Will Smith messed up, right?
Oh, bad.
Bad, because I said, disregard all the violence and all this discussion going on. He did something nobody in their right mind should ever do. He attacked a comedian for a stupid reason. I told her, everything what happened with August Alsina, because he looked like the victim, most of these comedians gave him a pass. They was like, yo, he being played for a chump, but we not gonna put him on full blast. And she was like, well, it's not gonna be that bad. I said, Corey Holcomb came for Kevin Samuels. Remember that? And Kevin Samuels was like, I let it slide because I don't care what. You do not get into a verbal conflict with a comedian. Them jokers' life is tearing apart you in public. That's what they do for a living. So Kevin Samuels said this a year and a half ago when Corey Holcomb came for him. He let it go. He didn't respond. He didn't say nothing. Fast forward to Will Smith. You slapped Chris Rock in the middle of a comedy routine on national TV for a stupid reason. Have you seen all the comedians coming after Will? And they going after every aspect of this man's life. They going after Jada. Bruh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd rather go slap some bald head kids at Eggleston than to slap a comedian. Cause nobody want that much smoke, bruh.
Listen, I believe that every comedian felt that. Not the slap. The disrespect that someone can really have the goals to come on stage to confront me over a joke. Comedians been saying things for over decades. And the fact that people, mainly women, the fact that mainly women are talking about, well, he don't need to be disrespecting. I said, where's that where all these other legendary comedians were saying X, Y, Z?
Hey, even stuff Will said in his early career.
He's a comedian himself, though. Like, he's
clown.
He started out as a rapper, then he went to comedy,
With the TV show.
And comedy entertainment. Yeah, that's comedy. Not the one. See, I know we're older now, so we're definitely we're more seasoned than most people out there.
Mm-hmm.
The Fresh Prince y'all watching right now wasn't the same Fresh Prince that we grew up watching. Okay, the
No.
Fresh Prince y'all watching now is a little more street, a little more gangster, more whatever.
No.
It's not on the local TVs, right? But the Fresh Prince we grew up watching that was written by Quincy Jones and them was PG-ish. That's the stuff we grew up on.
He wasn't even PG. He was popcorn.
All the way.
Bruh.
But oh, Lord. So let's be clear. Those two different things. But yes, the fact that no comedian has came out and said Will has a right. Like I have not one comedian. I have not heard one comedian to defend what Will did was right.
Nope.
Now a lot of them like Chris, I respect you, but it couldn't been me. Like, I get it. I understand you. You're a bigger man than me. They telling you bigger man than me, but it wouldn't been me. You know what I'm saying? It'd been over. It'd been Oscar. It'd been like, let's take this $1,000 jacket off, and we're going to get to this. Let's see if you're really Mike Lowry or not. You understand what I'm saying?
Bruh.
So with that, like Seth the Dark Child just said, the comedians are now. You have now given comedians ammo for the next 5 years, 10 years.
They come in.
I mean, probably till a lifetime, till death.
I done heard stuff said about Will, Jada, Jaden, Willow. I mean, your whole family is up to bat, bruh. Your whole family. And these comedians is throwing hardball pitches. Bruh.
Think about this though. They joked about Michael Jackson. They joked about Whitney Houston. And especially when they were alive. Not when they was dead. They joked about them to their face when they're alive.
Will with August Alsina a couple years ago, whenever that Red Table Talk was, it might have just been last year. Don't care. Bruh, they let him slide. I was waiting for Dave Chappelle to say something about it. He went off on Juicy Smollett like the day he got clowned, and he didn't go off on Will. And now you want to slap Chris Rock over a joke about her? Bruh.
Because that's what's really about.
They about to eat off this.
Yeah, because let's be clear real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, the slap had nothing to do about the joke being towards Jada.
Nope.
This ain't got nothing to do about men protecting women or black men protecting black women. This got nothing to do with that.
Nope. Mm-mm.
This had everything of the disrespect that Will's been dealing from his wife next to him all these years. Yep. That's where it's coming from. He's taking his frustration out on other people because he mad at her. That slap wasn't because about the G.I. Joe G.I. Joe joke, because it wasn't. It's just that simple. If August was there and he said that comment, that's when that's the first smack. That might be the punch.
And you know what? He totally would have got away with that.
He would have got away with it.
You would have got a pass. It would have been like a golden ticket.
Because we'd be like, really? You first off,
finally.
So you gonna talk about his wife and you gonna make a joke right in front of his wife? You asked for that. You asked for that.
You deserved it.
You deserved it.
I would have did it for him. If he would have said, yo, go smack August, I'd walk up to August and would have smacked him for Will. Be like, bro, you don't need to mess up your life. You just pay my legal fees. I'll deal with this joker for you right now. That's all he would have had to say.
So with that being said, yeah. That slap had nothing to do. But yeah, so when some people try to say that, well, comedians need to understand there's a thin line between certain jokes. I said no. No. Because we joked about Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown while they both still alive. While it's dealing with the drug issue they had. You know what I'm saying? Like people where was that then?
Exactly.
With Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, even now. There's still always Pete jokes and stuff about R. Kelly people bring up. Mm-hmm. Okay. It happens.
I mean, Mr.
Look, you just said
with them pudding pops.
Yeah, like you just said with Jesse Smollett, they joked about him the same day he got locked up, and now he's free. He's free. You know he's out, right?
I know.
Right, must be nice. But anywho, all right.
Anyway, moving on.
That's still part of social media roulette, though.
Yeah, that's the stuff we've been. Let you know, Will got. I will always say he got a pass a couple years ago when that first Augie Alsina thing came out. I was waiting for comedians to go in on him, and they gave him a sympathetic pass. Because we all think we know what it is to deal with a difficult woman. We all have relationship issues.
Facts.
But what you did with Chris, bruh, the day Dave Chappelle come out with a special about this, I'm going to take the whole day off work. Because it ain't going to take that long to hold in my side because it's going to be splitting. Just saying.
All right, let's get more into this social media. Let's take a look. Let's take a look to see what's going on in the world right now. Not today, right now. So what we got going on here? Because yeah. Oh, okay. Here we go. Sorry, popped up right here. Well, hold on.
Let's try it.
Well, I'm just going to throw it out there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to throw it out there. There's 8 tips for dating a woman with a child.
Wait. Trigger alert. Before we even get started, because I already want this. Trigger alert. Go ahead.
8 tips for dating a woman with a child.
Oh, my God. 8 of them, huh?
Yeah, now this is before I even tap on this article and open it up. What are your thoughts about that, Seth the Dark Child, before we get into the article itself that I'm looking at here?
I just want to hear what each one of these tips is. Okay, 8 tips for dealing with a woman with a child. Don't. Do not. Hold back. Don't do it. Wait, it's the same thing over and over?
Run. Throw and run.
Eat, run. Vámonos. Arriba. Anyway, listen. I'm even trying to be nice. Go ahead, bro. Let's hear these tips. But 8 tips to dealing with a woman with a child. Bro, this is gonna be something special.
Yeah. Okay. Number 1. Accept that you will never be first. That's a fact. That's true. I can't argue with that.
I can't argue. Accept it. Buster.
Because at the end of the day, her number one responsibility is herself and her child. She has a child. So I can't really disagree with that. And as a man, if you come to a situation and she has a child already and you talking to her, you can't really get in your feelings when she can't make things happen how you want because she has a responsibility. I mean, you might want to try to talk to someone else who don't have a kid so you can more flexibility, right? To work with you, right?
No, I sincerely agree. If you if you're talking to a woman with kids, accept the fact you'll never be first. Okay, fine. So you for the streets and I should treat you that way? If I ain't gonna never be first, you should end up in the rotation also, right?
That is a con of that first statement, right?
Okay, I'm just
accept that you'll never be first. So I accept that role. I do. I accept it. But now you'll be placed in the category where now you're part of the team.
Yeah, like
wait, what you mean the team? The team is that I know that you have a child. That's your responsibility.
Yep.
But as far as you going further, as far as this friendship, it stops right there. We're not going. And this is for me speaking. This is me personally speaking. For me, for Seth might be different, but for me personally, that first level, and this one is I was single and I was running the streets as a young guy. But dating's still the same. I don't care how you look at it from back then until now. The point is that if you had a baby and I met you, you was gonna be on the team. You were gonna be on the first level as friend. You were not getting upgraded to girlfriend, and damn sure we're never getting to wife.
Oh no.
That's based off the fact that you had a baby by somebody else.
Yeah.
Because that, and I'll go in depth later on. The only time I would break that rule or law for me personally. What about you?
Oh, same thing. Listen, I refuse to accept the fact that I will never be first, because the responsibility that comes with having you in my life, is pretty big. The more important I become to you, the more expensive you become to me, or vice versa, whatever. So when you're not gonna keep telling me I come in second when I'm the one putting a roof over your head or putting food on your plate. So if we're gonna keep it at this level, whereas I'm just in your rotation, and I mean your list of priorities, I'm number 5. Cool, no argument. It's like having a baseball team, and I'll use this analogy the whole time. You just can't be the pitcher, but I definitely need a third baseman. I definitely need a left outfielder. Okay, you just cannot be the pitcher. If I can't be first in your life, you can't be my pitcher, because the pitcher is the number 1 player on my team. I'm good with that.
No argument there. And of course, it does change, because if you do have a child that's an adult, that doesn't matter, right?
No, it depends. Because some of these kids don't grow up. You can have a 26-year-old living in her house, still expecting her to buy grocery and clothes for them.
And once again, if that's the case, then once again, we still stuck at that first level as friends.
Hey, you can third base, outfield.
Clearly, I can see now that, you're not wifey material for real now, because if you have a young child that you raised by yourself through all these years and he's still in the house, or he or she is still in the house, this ain't going to work. It has to be a he, because if you have a daughter who's 26-year-old, I'm not to be in your house with your daughter. I don't care how grown she is.
Oh, no.
That's fellas.
I don't even think I would date I wouldn't even want to date a girl with a female kid. Because those it get messy to be a man around females who you ain't related to.
Yes.
So I feel you.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go to the next point.
Okay.
They said here. Be cool with last minute changes to the plans. Okay, that sounds about right.
And it's wrong as hell.
I mean, it is, but once again, if I'm gonna talk to a lady who has a child, I understand that she has responsibility. So, if I want to see her, I might not be able to. But the con side of that for that person is that, well, if you're not available, I just call number 2 then.
And I still need it. Listen, that part right there.
So
cool.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you the pro part of it, and we're gonna tell you the con part. Like, okay, cool, you're not available, not a problem. You'll be free around what time? Oh, 9 o'clock tonight? Okay, all right. I'll touch you 9 o'clock. But in that meantime, I'm calling someone else. Hey, what you doing? You free? Hey, you want to go to the movies? Yeah.
Listen, like, example for myself, I like going to the movies. And I don't know why. It's me. It is who I am. I really, really, really enjoy the previews of the movie.
I do too. I love seeing the beginning of movies. I love seeing what's future movies coming out. Best part.
Exactly. So if you do something that makes me miss the previews of the movie, I'm salty. Oh, well, I had to do this and I had to get some chicken nuggets from whoa. The movie starts at 7:30. I would like to be sitting in my seat at 7:25. Right?
If not sooner.
Because I enjoy that. That's what I enjoy. I'm trying to bring you into something I enjoy. If you flake, if I pre-purchase tickets and you flake at the last minute, because how many times are you going to flake before you not invited no more? So don't be thinking you can just change these
It's
plans.
one time. But mind you, I'm still going. So if I have 2 tickets to see a movie and you don't show, I'm still going. I mean, I have an extra seat now, but I'm still going. But guess what? Next time on the movie, I'm just going to go.
Well, no. The movie is $20. I'm fine with. I can live with that flake. But what if I bought concert tickets? What if I bought ballet tickets?
That's different there.
Oh yeah. What if I got tickets to a play or something? Because I'm at. Don't let the goofy, evil, dark self
fool you.
I actually am kind of cultured in some things.
He is.
So if I can't plan properly, because some of these things you can't do at the spur of the moment. Sometimes you have to commit months in advance to this moment. And if you are a flaker, you are wasting my time. Once again, I have an opening in left field that you only get a pop fly to left field a couple times a game. You are not a main player on the team. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah. And that's where we have the team, the backups. Hey, what you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Wanna go to this play? Sure. How soon can you get dressed? Let's go. But anyway, all right, number 3, don't rush into meeting the kids. Now that's a fact. That is a fact. I'm gonna tell you my personal experience.
I agree with that one.
Yes, you do not. Fellas, if you're dating a woman, or both, it goes both sides, but mainly for men. Fellas, if she has a child, let's not try to force to meet the child just so you can get a good grace with the child. And I understand if you get a good grace with the child, that means that's good grace with you and the mom. I get it, but you don't want them problems.
You don't want that smoke.
Because here's the problem I had growing up. I was dating a girl who had 2 kids. She was divorced. She got recent divorce. So, real quick before we get into that, when we had this conversation here about women have kids, were we just referring to the women who had kids but not married? I'm not talking about the ones who were married to her husband, got 3 or 4 or 2 kids, whatever, and now they're back on the market. That ones I'm not, because they're not at fault, because they went through the correct path, right, to have a family. Things didn't happen, so you're back on the market, right? I get, for me personally, I give them a little bit more grace than anyone who's just out there having kids, not relationship. But hold on, I thought.
Well,
go ahead.
I want to expand on that because I used to believe that. No, past tense. I used to agree that a married, divorced woman with kids, until the fact that black women divorce at 80% rate. Only people I get that pass to is widows. You were married. You was doing what you were supposed to do, illness, car accident, whatever, and now you're a widow. You get all kind of grace.
Okay.
But divorcees, I don't give them passes anymore.
He got a point there, especially with the divorce rate is going through the roof, and majority of the time is the woman who's leaving.
Yep. I don't give you no grace.
So, okay.
I agree with that. If you're a widow, I give you all the grace in the world.
Right. So, back to the topic or the next point they had on there is that don't rush to meet the kids. Reason why I said don't meet the kids because I got in a relationship with this lady, and she had young kids, and I'm a cool dude, so me and the kids clicked like this instantly.
Yeah.
Not that I was trying to get close to the kids just so I can get to the mom. I already had the mom. I met the kids late anyway, so you know what I mean. I already had the mom. Mom wasn't a problem. Being the kids was just a plus because those are her kids. She had them all the time, right? So anyway, long story short, we got really close. Mom, kids, and everything, whatever. To the point that me and the mom stopped getting close. Meaning that me and the mom fell out. Right? We started talking. It wasn't like beef and stuff. We just didn't work out. But the point is now the little girl, because it was a little girl, she be like asking mom, when can we see Mr. D Block? That's my name that she used to call me because I'm a big D Block fan. Anybody who knows me, Jada Clay's the Locks. I love the music. But she would call me or text me, hey, the kid's asking to see you. I'm like, that's cool, but I'm busy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got time for them. I'm like, why am I meeting somebody else's kids? These ain't my kids. I mean, when I was with you, I dealt with you.
Yep.
But now I'm not with you. I don't got to deal with them. Sorry. And then she had to figure it out how she could decompress the kids from wanting to see me because I was cool. And now she probably learned now, like, okay, I can't bet her dating these guys and meeting men because now my kids now attached to these kids, you know. And if they visit their dad, they be like, oh, Mr. D-Block, he cool. He lets us do X, Y, Z. No man, I don't care what the situation is. No man when they hear about another man's being around their kids and talking about who's cooler than this. Like, we ain't trying to hear that. But long story short, yes. Do not rush to meet the kids. Not saying I rush to meet the kids. It's happened that way because we did for so long, but that's a con of meeting the kids and getting attached to them because when your mom and you start working out, there's going to be a void, especially if their husband or the ex-husband wasn't doing his job in the first place or the dad. I kind of stepped in, not trying to, but I stepped into that window as the father figure. You know what I mean? As a good dude. But apparently the mom didn't understand how good I was, so she messed up. And now she looks anyway.
Well,
that's my thought on that. Go ahead.
Well, I got very little more to add. I agree with everything you said up to that point. Yeah. I'd only say the way I see it also is the trauma. See, I find that women, adults, but primarily women, because y'all put y'all kids in, are incredibly selfish. And I say that straight out the way I said it, and I'll repeat it to your face. I find women to be incredibly selfish. See, they want what they want. They want a man. They want to be in a relationship. They want to be loved. But they don't take into account the traumas, what you just described, is doing to those kids.
Yes.
To those kids, you as a woman, you are grown. You just want to find somebody to love and be in, but you don't know how to make it work. And you bring in people in and out of these kids' life. That's traumatic. That's scarring. These kids develop abandonment issues, trust issues. There's long-term problems to meeting children of a person who you're not really trying to build a long-term relationship with, because those kids aren't part of your equation when you decide to leave or when she break it off with you, and they are traumatized. And it's a whole lot of us. My mom's was a single mother. I met way too many of my mama's boyfriends. By the time the last couple had showed up when I was younger, listen, I ain't even bother learning one dude name. I ain't even bother. What's the point? And he was around for like a year or two. I never said this dude name. You don't mean nothing to me. You just temporary, bruh.
Are you talking about the kid?
No, that was me as a kid.
Oh, okay, I got you. You was a kid meeting a guy like.
Yeah, like, I was like 14, 15 years old, bruh. I'm going to be with your mom. So? And like every other nigga been through here. But I holler. No respect. No respect. No interaction. I just treated him like he was an extra. I might have been the reason he left. Doesn't matter. My mom never asked me if I wanted a new stepdaddy. She just introduced me to the guy she was dating. Listen, just don't rush to meet do not rush to meet a woman's kids if you are not really planning on taking the position. If it was up to me, you would only meet the kids if you was engaged. That's it. I know you got kids, but unless I plan on giving you the starting position and letting you come to the pictures, man, I don't even never need to meet your children. That's my opinion.
Facts. All right, next point. Consider the child when arranging dates.
You want me to go on this one?
You got it.
I'll keep this one simple.
Very.
No.
No what?
Why would I consider the kids when arranging dates?
Well, actually, we wouldn't. It'd be them. You would like, hey, I want to do X, Y, Z. Let me know when you're free.
Is that listen?
Well, actually, that's kind of putting the ball in the park in their park, so you won't have to worry about things getting canceled, though.
Well, no,
Okay.
no. Even so, okay. Consider the kids when arranging dates. So instead of me planning a romantic dinner out with you, I should plan on going to Chuck E. Cheese. Instead of me and you enjoying a night out on the town, getting to know each other, maybe dancing and dinner, maybe we should go to the mall and eat at the food court so the kids can walk around. You know, maybe instead of a picnic at the park, we can go to Six Flags. None of that's romantic. None of that. I'm just basically spending my money to entertain your children. And what's the benefit? What's the payout for me? That statement basically says, be prepared, in my opinion, to invest in my children if you want a relationship with me. And I don't think that's fair.
Or
keep going. I'm sorry.
No. I understand that part where you're coming from too. Also, think about this too, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies that have a child and try and arrange dates and do certain things. So after a few times of me trying to set a date or do something with you, but you gotta find a babysitter or XYZ, what I do is I'm like, hey, let me know when you're free, right?
Which is mean you've been moved way out the.
Well, that's
you're in the center field,
but
out of wall.
Right, that too. That's a fact. You've been moved out, but you're still on the team though. But but what it does is, let's say you start scheduling plans, right? Mm-hmm. When it's convenient for you. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for you. Cool, not a problem, right? And we go on this for years, and now we're in a relationship now, right? But then in a relationship, you want to complain about how come you never do nothing special and plan anything X, Y, Z. I said because I gotta schedule things around your child.
Yep.
So and then at this point now, you've been responsible for doing that. So that's why I kind of backed off from doing that, because every time I try to do something, I ain't got a babysitter. I'm working this time. I'm not free. I'm free, but after this time frame, it was too many stipulations. So you created this non-fun date nights because it got to be around your schedule
and your kids
and your kid. Which is, I understand. I understand this. I accepted this position. I know what I was dealing with, but you need to understand it goes pros and cons. This is things that we think about, like, dang, I want to do this, but she got to do her child.
Well, think about this. Real scenario, having done this. So Friday, you get off work on Friday. You call your girl, yo, babe, let's go get on the plane right quick and fly down to Miami for the weekend, right? And hear this in response. I can't do it tonight because there's a football game after school. Oh. All right. Okay, cool. What time y'all? Well, normally because we got to travel, we'll probably get home about 1 after 11, 12 o'clock tonight on Friday. But yeah, tomorrow morning. What do you say?
Yeah, wasted a day right there.
Yeah, with you, I wasted a day with you. You know what? It's cool. How about I'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll cancel this. And then tomorrow when she calls you, where you at? I'm in Miami. And then she hear another voice in the background. Who you on the phone with? Just a friend. Okay? That's what happens when you say account for the kids when you're making plans. I would like to go to Miami. I can be on the beach in 4 hours if I just felt like driving. But if Johnny got a football game, or Lisa is a cheerleader on the football team, you ain't going nowhere on Friday. You might not go anywhere on Saturday because they might have football games and stuff on Saturday. So, but you basically can't make any major plans during the school year. That's what you do when you date somebody with kids. Okay, go ahead. Let's move on.
Yeah, that one's cut and dry.
Yeah.
Next topic. Our next, this is 80 of these things, so number 5 here. Understand that she'll know more about bubble guppies than the Game of Thrones or football or anything else.
Oh, my God. This kills me.
which is true. Like, the only reason why I know about bubble guppies because I'm a husband and I had kids. But when I tell people about bubble guppies, like, what's bubble guppies? Like, you don't know what bubble guppies is? Oh, you ain't got no kids.
Wait.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
Wait. You know what bubble guppies is?
Yeah, my kids.
I thought they just made that up for the article. I didn't know what you was talking about.
No, bubble guppies is a cartoon for kids.
I swear to God, I thought it was made up for the article.
Listen, and plus your kids are older, so they wouldn't watch this. This is a kids show for kids that from like infants until like 3 years old they watch. Cause it's like fundamental stuff.
I really thought you made that up.
No, bubble guppies.
Oh my God, no.
Bubble guppies.
Let's not do that no more.
Bubble guppies. Y'all know. My parents out there who know, you know. But yeah, she gonna know more about that than the Game of Thrones. She know more than Power, cause she ain't got time to watch the stuff. All she gonna watch on her TV while she's trying to get herself together, cook, eat, whatever you gotta do, entertain the child. Bubble Gup is gonna be on TV.
Well,
on repeat.
It ain't just that. Another one. Like you go over there and you go to a girl house and you turn on the television. And it's on PBS, whatever's on PBS. So you, being a grown man, you be like, ESPN or BET, because you are prepared for some adult entertainment, not freaky, but you like. And she walk into the room, she look at it, her kid still woke. So without asking you nothing, because you went to her house, she grabs the remote and does what?
Change it right back to PBS and say, I don't play this around my kids.
Is that
keyword? Trigger.
Ooh,
you heard it right. I don't play this stuff around my kids. Oh, you right. You know what? You right.
You right.
You right.
You got a point.
She got a point.
And
once again, you might be in the pitcher's mound now, or
no,
the dugout.
You on the dugout.
You're in the dugout now. Well, you know what? You right. All right. All of a sudden now, oh man, I'm getting a little tired now. You know what? I gotta get early tomorrow. I'm gonna check you later.
It's only 9:30.
I know,
I got meetings.
Yeah, I got a long day tomorrow. But I'll check you tomorrow, okay? All right. Good night. Text me when you get home. I will. Meanwhile, as soon as I spot the door, hey, what you doing? Wanna come through? All right, I'll be home in like 15 minutes.
I'll at you in a minute. And the dugout getting full.
That one's right. We'll move to the next one. Number 6, she may have trust issues, so go slow.
So that's called baggage. Trust issues equal baggage, right?
I mean, on top of having a child itself is the primary baggage. But apparently that situation didn't work out already. So now she got a trust issue because the next guy she messed with, is he going to do me the same way he did? Is he going to leave me stuck like this?
Well, no.
See? Now you got to try to prove yourself for the first 6 months that you're not like the last dude. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
But then by the time you get through the 6 months or whatever you're trying to do to get the earn a little bit of trust from her, and then you see what kind of person she is, you're like, shoot, you know what? Why am I spending all this energy and putting time for what? I might as well meet a new girl who's got no kids and go from there.
Once again, you was in the dugout. You was in the dugout. Where else? You want to go to the locker room at this point? Listen, this ain't even no joke. Trust issues. Trust issues implies that you've had relationships in the past that didn't work out, and you felt betrayed at some point, right? You felt betrayed, abandoned, whatever, did wrong.
All the above. That's
called baggage. You created that baggage by being in a relationship with somebody you didn't vet properly, right? I don't even want to go onto the false statement that y'all afraid of men actually doing something to your kids, because women are way more abusive than men when it comes to their children. So I will argue that all day. The stats are in. Women are more abusive than men. But the fact that I have to overcome that mental hurdle initially just to get with you, on top of the other, what number is this, 6?
Yeah,
on
6.
top of the other 5 pieces of junk I already had to deal with, you were out in left field. We moved you to the dugout because you might not be really good for the team. And now I'm looking at you in the dugout thinking, man, it's a draft coming up soon. That might be a roster spot coming open. But what do you feel about that?
I'm going to the next one. I had nothing to add or pull out or disagree. Number 7. Know that she isn't necessarily looking for a father for her kids.
Okay.
That's a cap one, I'm going to say there. That's kind of cap. She may not.
Fair enough.
That's kind of cap. You know what? No one would come out and say they're looking for a new father, but they're definitely looking for someone who, if you have a son, you definitely look for somebody to be a good role model.
Well, why wouldn't you be looking?
Right. Why wouldn't you? Right. That's why I call it cap. But it's you know what? It's a pride thing. It's a pride thing that I don't need nobody. I'm all bad by myself. So that's the cycle that we're in right now. We're in this that I'm all good by myself.
That's that feminism rearing its ugly head.
Right. So I mean, I call cap on that.
Yeah.
Because technically, you should be trying to look for a dude who's going to be a better role model out there. Because apparently, if the guy that you with didn't work out, I mean, because sometimes it may not be the guy, it may just be you. Because
women leave 80+% of the time. Period. In either marriages or relationships, women leave. You guys are leaving. It ain't our fault. But I want to tie one thing back to what you just said. The first one was she may have trust issues, right?
Right.
The second one is she may not even be looking for a relationship with you. You are creating more baggage that's going to create more trust issues. You see how 6 and 7 feed off each other? You get caught up in that cycle, and the next thing you know, you done went round and round and round on that merry-go-round so much so that you are totally useless as an individual. That's what you want me to understand, that you might be trash.
Yeah. And last but not least, number 8. Realize that she's a woman and sexually being like anyone else.
So 6, 7, and 8 is literally the same thing. And by the way, now disregard number 6, number 7, which got you put in the dugout and almost off the team, off the roster. Number 8, if you just here for sex, you back at third base. Way to go. Guess what? If you just want sex, you back on the roster full time. See how you set yourself up for failure? Listen, public service announcement. Ladies, if you make a baby with a person, you need to really, 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 really think about who you're making a baby with. Because if you want any kind of actual happiness and future, if this person isn't abusing you, if this person is a decent guy who's willing to take care of you and be there for you, and you want to have a baby with him, stay with your baby's father. Otherwise, you just become a moving place on somebody else's roster for the most part. That's it for my PSA. Twins, you got something to add there?
Nope. I'm just checking to see what else is out here on this friendly webs on this Russian roulette stuff, because it doesn't get old.
Yeah. Oh, I got one. It's real. It was real quick, but I saw it on Facebook. It was a post. It says, now it's a meme, but I read it and I felt some kind of way. It says let me see. This post is from Relationship Quotes. I'm not sure who that is, but Relationship Quotes. It says, the day you raise your hand to a woman, that's the day you're officially no longer a man.
Hold up. Say that again.
I'll read it again. The day you raise your hand to a woman, that's the day you're officially no longer a man.
Okay. We can run with that for a little bit. You know what? In a certain extent, I will give you some of that, right? If we want to take that approach, that you put your hand on a woman, because I don't condone men put their hand on a woman, right? Mm-hmm. If we want to set a standard that you're no longer a man if you do that, okay, cool. Now let's make sure the playing ground or the playing field is equal now, mm-hmm. right? Because for him to put his hands on you, we need to find out what happened. What mm-hmm. Why did he feel he had to put his hands on you? What triggered him that he feel he had to put his hands on you, right? You can't be a woman out here, because that's not feminine now. If you out here cussing and disrespecting the man, raising your voice all loud because you upset about something, Or are we gonna take that approach? Or you know what I'm saying? Can I say that? You're not a woman enough if you're not being your femininity all the time?
So just because a man could raise okay, so let's go with what you just said because it's factual. I don't know any guy in my entire life that just I know came home from work and started beating on a woman's butt. I never met a dude that did that.
Not sending that out there, but we're saying that.
I never met.
And me neither.
I don't even know stories.
I never met a guy that, like you said, after a long day of work, he goes home and he constantly whoop on his girl's butt just because there's no food ready or because the house look dirty. None of that. Never heard that.
Exactly.
Because first of all, I would check him if I knew that. Number one.
Is that we wouldn't be friends in the first place.
Right.
But seriously, now I do know there are men that do this, but the truth of the matter is the color purple never happened. Mr. didn't come in the house. There was no misters that came in the house and started beating silly butt. Never happened. The once or twice that it happened, this did not happen to the majority of you people. It did not. No man has just come in the house and most of y'all experienced and started beating on a woman. What did happen, as you stated, was I said something to you. You said something back to me. I said something back to you. You said something worse to me. You pushed the button that you know full well how to trigger a dude, and you expected him to keep going back and forth with you, I guess, where he decided to end the conversation. Now you knocked down. But you 99% of the time, even every fight that I've ever been in with another dude, I've never just walked up and punched a dude because I felt like it. If I hit I've been in plenty of fights as a youth. I've used my hands. I've never hit somebody without a trigger. I've never just randomly exercised violence without some kind of trigger. Problem is, with dudes, as you say, that low-level threat of violence, every dude that I ever hit, because I'm a man and I don't sneak you up from the backside.
Pause.
What? Yeah. Hopefully I can say that better. But I've never snuck up behind somebody and just jabbed you in the back of the ear. No, every dude I've ever hit in the face saw me coming, knew he was about to get hit in the face, and prepared to defend himself. Because I'm a man and I handle my stuff like men. So, any woman who ever got hit, not from me, but I've never done that. But the point being, what did you do to trigger it? Because there's always a line in the sand, whether you want to admit it or not. If you cross that line in the sand, you get knocked down. Disagree? Agree?
Okay. No. Like I said, so if we want to set a stand that you're not a man, then you're not a woman. Yeah. If you want to stay in that femininity.
I feel like making a post like that. But what could have... It's about 1,000 things a man can do to lose his manhood. Pause on everything that come after this. I'm not saying none of this. I'm saying, so if another man kiss another man, he's lost his manhood. If you in prison and they force you to do some junk because this dude weighs 600 pounds and you weigh 100 pounds, you lost your manhood. If I hit a woman, I lost my manhood. How is it that women get to decide when we lose our manhood? How is it that a woman gets to make that decision?
All that. Huh? No, or they say you're not man enough or XYZ because of XYZ.
If I don't keep a roof over our head, my manhood is gone. If my girl make more money than me, my manhood is gone. What do women have to do? How is women determining when we lose our manhood and vice versa? What is the standard set of women losing their womanhood, I guess?
They have them. They don't even have leaders.
So they can level that junk at us all the time.
They do.
But so Jada's still a woman? Is because Jada don't deserve her femininity, her womanhood. The moment you some junk crap like this and have your daughter write a letter to a man who was dead 3 years before that child was born, did she lose her womanhood? I'm not sure. And that's not fair, but hey, what fair got to do with it? And that's why you need to understand that sometimes you get hit because life ain't fair. Pause.
The last one didn't deserve a pause.
I just didn't. I said pause just in case somebody wanted to take it out of context. You know,
I have no arguments there. No, but no. And also, I can't remember the post, but it was something about somehow this conversation about educated black women is somehow reappearing somewhere out of nowhere. This conversation that black women are most educated.
And they are. They do on average have more degrees than any other.
Which is not wrong. That it's a little to have your degrees, but listen.
That's a percentage.
Here's the contents I like to put behind it. I said, yes, black women are the most educated people on earth, right?
As a demographic, yes.
Demographic, but what does that mean? Does it mean that you're smarter than everyone else? Does it okay, you got education, cool, but see, you're so smart, but then at the same time you're dumb. Let me explain. See, yes, you're more educated to us. You're more educated because you're more willing to go to school and go in debt, trying to be smart, just so you can say you have these degrees, right? Apparently, most men are smart enough when it comes about that. We're smart enough to know that going to school, if it's not something that we need to have to move forward in our careers, I don't need to go to college for it and go in debt for it. See, you're going to school, getting these degrees, then you're going in debt. And then when you go in debt, you're looking to get married, and then you're looking for that person to pay that bill for you because you ain't trying to pay that money back. We men are smart enough to know, like, I'm not going to school to spend all this money just so I can do X, Y, Z. So, yeah, black men, because it's all about black men. Black men, no, we may not be the smartest. But with all the degrees that you have, mine's degrees that I have, I still make more money than you.
Well, it depends on what degree. Listen, do I need to go?
Listen.
Go run it.
This might be a whole nother topic. And
This
be a little sneak peek. Because, listen, it doesn't matter. You could be a doctor at XYZ, but you still live in the same neighborhood we grew up in. And this neighborhood is not the best neighborhood in the world. So you may have a doctor's degree, but you're the smartest dummy in the same neighborhood. Like, you expect to have this degree, right? My thing is this. If you expect to have this prestigious degree, and congratulations for getting these degrees, but now I'm looking at you from the outside in, I'm expecting you to have the husband, the kids, the house, the cars. You live in a lifestyle because you got educated. I'm expecting to see a better lifestyle, but you live in the same neighborhood that we all grew up in, and you just have to be one of the smartest dummies because you're still in the same neighborhood we grew up in.
Well, I'm not sure where you. Who are you addressing that to? The men or the women? What part?
I'm just saying, women and men degree. Just say, for example, give me a neighborhood in Atlanta because you're from Atlanta. That's a bad neighborhood. Or Buckhead. Let's say Buckhead.
Well, Buckhead.
Not Bankhead. No, Bankhead. Listen, Bankhead is the hood, right? Don't get confused from going visiting Buckhead and Bankhead. Now, Buckhead is getting bad, but Bankhead is worse. Okay? Bankhead. So imagine you grew up in Bankhead. And salute to Bankhead. I ain't taking a shot at you. I'm just using, for example, this conversation.
We don't want y'all taking shots at us.
But the thing is that we're talking about education. So imagine a person living in Bankhead and they got a degree, right? They grew up in the hood, where they live at now, right? They grew up in the hood. In Bankhead, she went to school, got a degree, doctor's degree and everything. Online talking about, I'm educated, I'm this, I'm that. You know what I mean? Show up on your degrees, congratulations, XYZ. But you live in the same neighborhood. You're still a single mother. You ain't traveling the world, and you have college debt. And you always talking about men ain't this because you can't find a good man. How is that winning?
I think.
Think about it. How is that winning?
It's a lot of. See, all of that. Yeah. See, all of that needs to be unpacked. Okay, so this might be a different topic, but what you just said makes sense. Here's the thing. I'm gonna throw a hypothetical out there, right? This is just in my mind, but you going to school as a dude to be a doctor. She going to school to be a doctor, right? Both of y'all equal at this point. Both of y'all from Bankhead. Neither one of y'all made any mistakes in your life yet, right?
Okay.
What kind of doctor do you want to be? This is important. This is the actual important question, because doctor is fun, but you still get paid for the job you do. So what kind of doctor twins, guesstimation, if you had to be a doctor, what kind of doctor would you be?
A real doctor.
No.
A doctor in a hospital.
No. I mean, but give me any profession.
Medical.
No, specific.
Well,
No,
I don't know.
gynecologist, neurosurgeon, cardiac.
Okay, neurosurgeon, doctor,
Okay.
neurosurgeon on the brain. Got you.
That's it. Now, you know what most women go to school to be doctors for?
Psychological. What?
Pediatrician. Guess who makes more money in a hospital as a doctor? Just guess.
The neuro one. The one that's going to the brain.
The neurosurgeon makes this much money. Guess how much the general practitioner pediatricians make? This much money. You are basically at the brokest level of doctor as a pediatrician.
Because there's different levels. There's different levels.
Okay.
So you can have a doctor's degree.
Exactly.
But there's different levels. Like, are you a doctor, neurosurgeonist, whatever?
Neurosurgeon.
Or you're a doctor of business. Because each degree goes up higher. You can be. I got doctors in business administration.
Okay.
What does that do though?
What is that? Yeah. What?
You get the highest level of being a doctor, but what does that mean?
And so that's so when we always talk about women in education, y'all do have the most degrees, but y'all got all of these degrees in the humanities. And the humanities would be civil service, administration, social work.
Yes.
Those are humanities. All well and fine. Guess what the lowest paid sector is as a whole for people with degrees? The humanities. Nobody cares if you're an English teacher. An English teacher isn't going to make as much money in her life as a accountant.
And also, let me before we wrap up here, long enough.
Okay.
But think about this too, though, real quickly. How many doctors that you know? Not how many you know. Getting a doctor's degree will not make you a millionaire. I'll just say that.
No, is that if
I'm saying I'm gonna make it clear as day. Clear as day.
Yes.
If you become a doctor, right? Starting from the ground zero and working way up to get to doctor's degree, you will not be financially independent, especially if you're a woman. Because and the reason why I said is because, and a man too, but man loses because as a woman,
men and women are different.
We're different.
We spend money differently.
Yeah, but the reason why I say as a woman because you can get pregnant. That's number one. So now you have to raise a child. Sometimes alone, sometimes with help.
80% of the time alone.
But if you're raising a child alone, but you're gonna need support though. See, that's a problem. It's a conflict. It's a problem that I have. Women out here are claiming to be independent women, but still getting financial support from the government system. How is you independent if you still getting help from Big Pharma? Or, like that doesn't make any sense.
That's a whole different topic.
You know what? We won't wrap it up here.
I'm looking at that rabbit hole. I'm like, bro, we'll be talking for like an hour.
I'm just saying because like I hear I only know, man. Yes, you do. Because the system that you get money from each month it was created, designed from a man to help you out in the first place. Hello? Listen, you're a real single woman. If you work your job and that one job pays for everything, you're not getting child support, you're not getting welfare, you're not none of that stuff. If you just got a job, woman, lady, if you got a job only by yourself and no one's giving you additional money and you take care of your kids and your family, you're a true single mother. Mm-hmm. True. Yes, you are. You did that, boo. You did that.
You get your roses.
You get your roses. Salute, because you did it by yourself. But if you're getting support from anywhere else, from the food stamps, government, XYZ, or child support, you're not an independent woman.
Nope.
Because you take that away from you, then you stuck.
Yep.
But anyway, I think we did a lot of roasting and social media roulette today. Anything else you want to say before we get up out here except that, child?
Nah, that was a lot of topics, but yeah.
We'll probably do that second one, the last statement, as our own topic by itself because it needs its own because the cap is real. The much y'all be capping out here talking about I'm an independent single woman, but you're getting all this financial help. No, I'm gonna call it what it is. You're not independent.
Yep.
All right, I'm done.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for tuning into the Chop Team. I'm your host, Twins Inc. with Step the Dark Child.
Yes, sir.
Episodes drop on Mondays, 7 a.m. on all major platforms for podcasts. Join us live on YouTube, the Chop Team, every Sunday at 3 p.m. ish. Some of the time like that, right? We here.